Hold on.
All right, go for it.
Wait, hold on. Let me clip it.
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna swing on you. I can't clip it.
Spin your pocket, dude. Go for it.
All right, there we go. You ready?
Come on,
You
Captain
shouldn't be
Ice
able to see
Cream.
it, bro.
Huh?
Just clip it onto your pen.
All right, right here.
This is all that Krump Knights, yeah. Krump Knights, yeah. Krump Knights.
All right, welcome back to Krump Night Live. Today we got another artist, one of my favorite, one of the best to ever do it. From Kill Krump. We're gonna give it a warm welcome and show some love for Little Bullseyes, Big Ruin, Legion Killer. Y'all gonna get my page banned for saying the N-word. Appreciate it. No, I was kidding. No, that was good. That was good stuff. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for coming out.
Definitely.
Always
Thank
fam.
you for having me. Bullseyes.
Yeah, so we on this Krump journey. I know you got your Brawl.
Brawl athletic wear. If you ain't following me, make sure you follow me. If you ain't follow my regular Instagram, it's Last of the Greats. THA, not E.
And then you got a event coming out.
Yes, the Brawl. So the Brawl is first of its kind type event. It's going to be a you're going to have boxing matches along with Krump battles, and also it's going to be a fight party for Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's a really big fight. I don't know if you're into boxing or not, but if you're not, you'll still enjoy yourself because of just the atmosphere of everything that's going to be going on.
Everybody think they can fight
July
until they get beat up.
29th. Get your hands up.
Definitely. Shout out to that. I definitely will be there. Support the bro, the fam. You know what we here for? We here for Krump. What's your hot take on Krump right now?
Krump right now is pretty soft in my eyes.
And is that the people or is that the way of the dance?
The people. The dance itself is never going to change. It's the people involved with it. I think that one of the biggest things that make Krump soft is everybody's so friendly now. Like you can't stand.
And what do you mean by that? I think when people hear that, they have a misunderstanding of that. Like, what do you mean by friendly? Like they have to be in some type of personal beef or have a real issue with somebody? Like what is it that kind of defines that difference between dance and a personal?
So when I say friendly, I would say that people are too attached to the relationships that they make inside of Krump. A lot of people don't battle their friends.
Yeah.
A lot of people are afraid to do that. They won't even. They'll probably dance in private, battle them, but they won't do it on the stage nowhere. When those could be potential things that could help elevate and change the dynamics of how people see Krump. So a lot of people are just, hiding in the shadows and not want to step out in the front because they feel like if I say too much or if I do too much, I'm gonna lose friends from this side. A lot of people are in more than one fam, more than one group.
That's crazy.
It's insane. And
How do you represent yourself or become something?
Yeah, you're stretching yourself too thin. And I think that's a big thing in the movement right now. It's like people are trying to have their hands in everything. And you don't need to be in everything to exist in a movement.
Yeah, definitely.
How's your phone?
That's not a phone, dog. It's just in case. No, just kidding.
Flat ass just in case.
Just in case. No, yeah, definitely. I think on that note, people being so like, I'm trying to figure out like where that started or where that came from. I think it came from people wanting to be a part of what Krump was, but not ready for it. So I think a lot of stuff was happening prematurely. Like people were ready to battle prematurely and are not ready mentally to help their emotions get past the small trash talk. Because you can say somebody is whack or not the best and they'll lose it. Everybody's fake. You've been talking behind my back. I just said I'm better than you in the dance. You know what I mean? And people, the mental game's not strong enough for just the competition because they put everything on the line, but they don't have a balance of who they are versus like just the dance.
I think that's because a lot of people just don't understand Krump and where it came from. A lot of people came in at a time where, the main heads and everybody that was beefing a couple years before, they started to become cool.
Yeah.
People that started dancing around 2015, around that time.
Yeah,
That's when
late.
SK and Impact weren't really killing each other no more. We was actually coming together. That's the year that I became Lil Bullseye. That's almost 8 years ago.
I mean, we were still meeting up and being cool and still battling. You know what I'm saying? We was like, on the backside, we had our disagreements, but they came to our session when we battled.
But
I also battled Crush at work.
That's why we got fired.
It's not why we
all used to work at the same place. Me, him, and Crush.
That's not though. He got fired. We was still there.
These niggas battled.
The crazy thing about Crush is so crump to the point it's unnecessary. Like he's unnecessarily crump. No, it wasn't. No, we were talking about, and it's the thing. We were talking about Knucklehead made a post about people he lost to, and I was trying to remember. I was talking to you, and I said, "Dang, I don't really remember." And I'm sitting here the lead. Be leading a bad example at work, but I'm talking about like, hey, I'm trying to remember when I battled Knucklehead. I'm on his list of people he lost to, and then Crush, minding his business, or I guess not, turns around and said, everybody on my lost list. I said, what? Like, what are you talking about? He said, everybody on there. I said, well, I ain't. He said, well, you can be. I said, what? What are you talking about? He said, if we battling tonight. I said, no, we'll battle next Tuesday because we have the Impact sessions. And I know, especially at that time, Crush was great at freestyling. Boom, he'll freestyle and do something crazy. Me, I need that preparation to do my best. So you're not about to just kill me off tonight. So we got in an argument. It's not happening. He said, if we don't battle now, we're not battling next week. I said, you scared? He said, you scared. So I was like, whatever. Somehow music came on and we battled 3.
We're at work.
we battled 3 live rounds. And then after them 3 rounds, we put pressure on Ruin.
Talking about
who won?
Bro, I'm sitting there like
trying to give us props like he did type that round. But oh yeah, you did do that one thing. It was like, but it was just like, it was kind of like the spirit of Krump, you get what I'm saying? And it wasn't like personal after either. Like we kind of like.
But that right there is a great example of what I'm talking about. Even though it was stupid that they battled at work, they're 2 friends. We've been in it for a long time and we're around each other all the time, but they still went and took that battle seriously. People today, you can't get certain niggas to battle their friend, like no matter what, especially on camera, because it's like somebody gonna lose, and then they're afraid of the backlash that comes with it, the talking,
I think it's because people don't dance enough. Because back then we danced all the time, every week, behind camera, on camera, it was always dancing. So we were like sharpened. You know what I'm saying? We danced every time. So it's believe like, who can we lose to? We dance all the time. It's okay, we're not gonna cut that. Yeah.
Actually, it's crazy.
Nah, but babies run wild. Yeah, I think people are just not dancing enough. You get what I'm saying? Like they are dancing sometimes, and they're only dancing at events. And a lot of people are going to just watch. So it's like only people that are dancing are the people that are up there, and then everybody else is just waiting for their turn to be up there. There's no dancing. So to gain the confidence you need within the session, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's far too many events anyway. So, like it's way too many events.
That's true.
I remember back just some good amount of years ago, it was only a select amount of events, and those were the ones that everybody go to. I'm not saying, new things shouldn't come about, but it should be some order. It shouldn't be a fly out type event every single month. Like it's too many of those to where things get watered down. You see the same people on flyers. You see the same people doing
or new people that you never heard of.
New people that, and I won't say people that don't deserve to be on flyers.
Don't deserve it,
but that's the truth though. Like a lot of people are not tight as they think. A lot of people are just getting like a free handout. Even just this month, I've seen one person on the flyer 3 times. I'm like, this nigga's not even that nigga. Like, why are you here? What are you doing? What have you done?
The N-word is powerful. Like, shut down the YouTube channel. That's what it'll do.
I'm going to start.
Keep going. I'll keep going.
I've seen one person on the flyer 3 times this month, and I don't think he deserves to be there. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
You got to be buck. You can't be contradicting to what you're speaking. So you got to kind of show people how to be brave in a sense, because the same thing they're fearing is kind of that.
The reason why I'm not going to do it is because of me. The reason why, if I say something, this is the thing that is a reason why things are messed up in Krump now. When certain people that they look up to, look around to, or something like that, if they feel like, you know, people are talking down on them and other people see it, then that damages what they're going to go after later down the line.
We can't please everybody.
You
know what I'm saying?
But there are people that you can't always be the one to stop someone's growth either. Because
Yeah.
if just like, when Tadai says something, if he says it, everybody's listening and niggas are going to follow it. They're going to look at it like, oh yeah, that's true.
But it's also, he gathers more people that want him to fall. You know what I'm saying? You got people blaming him for choices that they made because they was around him, because they wanted to be cool and they wanted to be Krump cool, so they stayed around him, and they're still blaming him. But they're not blaming him for any success that they accomplished off of his name. They're not saying that.
Yeah,
they're not going to say the benefit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like he had to become a villain to make sure Krump stayed what it was. To be true to his nature, and all he was doing is directing. This is what Krump is, and so, oh, you want us to Krump that way? You want to do? We just want you to understand what it is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard being on the outside looking in, but being on either maybe both sides or the inside, seeing how it is. I kind of understood it more.
Yeah.
I can't speak for everybody's personal attitudes or everything they did inside and outside of Krump. It's not that, but everything we're doing is based off the respect of the dance we do.
Yeah, that does make sense. Definitely. But
So say his name. No, just kidding.
say his name.
I figured out who it was, but yeah.
But it's like, with that, when you do find or have Krumpers that have a status or a name in the movement, and people do look up to them in a certain way or a certain light, and whether you are Tadai's or Miho or, you know, just some name that's just up there that people follow a lot, you have to be careful what you say in certain times, because certain things do alter the movement, and if you're trying to push it in the right direction, you just can't say certain things.
Yeah.
And that's been a thing. Like Tadai has been guilty of good and bad.
Bad, yep.
And we can't say, but you know, always the bad's going to be highlighted. That's just how it goes. And for me personally, I don't want to add to the bad. It's just that let the knowledge be out there that some people have to do more work before they're in the limelight of, you know, over this person who's been doing it for years, and they're actually, you know, have the basics and have all this stuff there, and then they have the resume. A lot of people's resume sucks today. Like, it's so many things that have not been done, and they're here, they're there, all because they're just a friendly person in Krump. Like, you can't. That's what I mean when we go back to
make everybody happy. And this thing too, this cop out. This is a big cop out. I kind of heard it recently when I was talking about how important musicality is to dance in general, especially in Krump too. It's expression. He's just expression. They're just expression. Everybody smile, be happy. But there's a wrong way to express.
Definitely.
I could be upset and try to start randomly choking people. That's wrong to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I'm expressing, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't mean it's the right way. Because there's a way to articulate yourself and express yourself where people also understand.
Yeah, and there's a foundation to follow. So it's not like Krump has its basics, it's things that you need to do in order to be doing Krump. So if you're not following these things, and even if you just say not even Krump, anything, if you go into any style of dance, there's a flow you need to follow that you need to get a hold of, whether it's b-boying or house dancing or whatever. There's a pattern in there somewhere, and so when it's not respected, you know, you don't get the outcome that you're supposed to have, and then people don't follow, people don't understand you, and you can't just say, well, I was expressing myself, or I felt good in the moment. Like, cool, it's great that you felt good, but the
problem is that when you have enough friends, they'll saturate that and make it believable.
Yeah, and then everybody else follows.
Make your friends be honest to you. If they telling you, because like your greatness is at stake at this point, so you want to make sure you're doing your best to find out where you really are. Sometimes you got to ask different people.
Definitely, I say it a lot.
And if they give you something that may be true, may not, make sure you research it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you look down most of the time when you dance. Look at your footage. Is it true? You know what I'm saying? And have them, because when debating, there's only two things that happen. I either learn or I teach. So that means if I'm teaching, I could say something, but I have to explain what it is, because now I have to teach, because I'm trying to tell you what something is. Now, if I'm learning, hey, there's a point I never thought of, whatever, I have to be open to kind of listening and applying it into understanding that, to where I go to find a source that I know it's real besides the person that just told me.
Yeah, so just with that, I would say that the honesty in Krump is a major thing that's lacking on a consistent basis now, because everybody's so friendly and everybody's so soft. It all ties into each other, and it just creates this big ball of this soft stuff. And nobody's getting nothing done.
What do you mean by that?
When I say, because the end result
But
is
what were you grabbing in the air?
the soft ball of crump. That's what it is. So now
We'll review the tapes. Now go ahead.
no, but that softness and that weak point in crump that's alive today is because of the lack of honesty. Like, if you were honest with your homie about him losing, 2 out of 3 rounds, he gonna do better next time. But if you lied to him, like, no, he was getting off, and then leave it at that, and the footage shows different, but they're still, locked into what the homie said and what the whole group said. And then if it's like, you're feeding them this bad, just these lies, and it just consistently creates nothing but no growth. It leaves them stagnant, which leaves the movement stagnant. And so many people that's out there right now that could be way better than they are, but they've been lied to too many times. And now they think they just the hardest one out. They think because they're the dopest in their city or the dopest in their town or their state that they good everywhere. It's like, no, you come over here, bro, you finished in 30 seconds. And that's just the honest truth. But they don't run into that now because Krump is so spread out. Facebook has everybody, typing, but they typing from 3,000 miles away. So it's like, I'll see you in 6 months maybe, and you still ain't get better from that point because your homie's still lying to you. By the time you get here, we still in this position over here, and things ain't changed. So you're gonna go down. It's a lot of people, like I said, could be way better than they are, but they keep getting lied to, and that cycle just keep repeating itself right now.
That being said, make sure you do it for improvement, to be your best or reach your goal. All this information may not be for everybody, but again, it's definitely for the people that are willing to grow and need growth. Winning can make you better if you allow it to.
So can losing.
Yeah, losing can make you better if you also allow it. But with winning, you want to make sure you keep, maybe not be satisfied. I mean, I didn't say enemies, but like Crusher's one of the ones, man. I've done so much, and then he'll still say, somebody, look, I had a battle coming up back then, and Crusher be like, I don't know, man, he tight. I'm like, what? But that got kind of pushed me like, dang, I've done so much, but like without Crush being there or out Solo being there to kind of say that in my ear, I probably wouldn't progress as high as I did in that moment, because every time that happened, I elevated because I had something to prove. I took it serious. And I'm thinking in my head, like, man, I just danced like the last 3 weeks and I beat all these people, and then they still telling me about this other person being tight. Nah, dog. You know what I'm saying? It swelled me. Crush all the time. I don't know. Dog is tight. But it did, and it pushed me to get most of my, like, especially back then in my Mr. Realm days, I was getting a lot of one-rounders, but that's what kind of motivated that. Unexpectedly, I didn't know it was going to happen, but I was so prepared that I ended up having perfect timing. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I did in the round, like, it was just on the beat, executing that moment, because I was just so prepared and determined, and my intention was obvious, to take whoever it was out. That was, I don't know, Ty right now. but that was an amazing push and stuff like that. You don't also want to take it to heart and be like, they don't believe in me. You know what I'm saying? People believe in their, express their love different. It's not always going to be like an easy, like, you'll do great, you'll do your best. People are different. They'll tell you, man, stop doing that stuff, get it right. Or, man, there's things you could do better. It's always different. Yeah. So accept what you can and take advantage of what you can as well and improve.
But that tough love in Krump is missing, definitely. That's this example of it is 2 of the homies, which is Rec and Creed. Like, I've been around them for so long now, and their relationship, their Krump relationship has not changed. It's always they talking shit, consistent.
Oh, Creed is one.
Back and forth to each other though, like back and forth to each other. I'll beat you, and they'll battle every week. It seems like it sounds like they battle every week, and it's like
saying nonsense. Oh, you dark skin with dog lips, and then just battle.
But then you see them outside of the circle with each other, and then it's just a whole nother atmosphere.
Battle your friends. Yeah. You know, I battled Miho at the thing we won, the Vans event. Because I was trying to instigate a battle between him and Crush, and he directed his energy towards me. He said, "Man, I'm talking to you." And I said, in my head, I looked down. I said, "I gotta hurry and change this track before we battle." And I tried to run to it. He said, "No, we dancing to this." And I was like, dang it! But I still got with it. I was pushing on his neck, and he thumped me in my nose, and we was basically low-key kind of fighting. But what that like, that's that like that roughhousing that kind of like brings that like that shake up. And then we got on that stage. I took about like 5 people out, back to back that day. But it put me on. You know what I'm saying? We was varsity that day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But stuff like that, I'm telling you, it'll push you. Don't be scared, because whatever you need to overcome inside is like definitely the thing that's gonna push you closer to get to that essence. Okay. But again, thank you for coming out, dark skin, bullseye as always. Appreciate your time, man. Please. Get out of here. All right, the pictures. The pictures.